Sounds like we're giving birth to a baby or something. Time of birth, 9:53. Wait.
I mean, we could. Yeah, you got to be dialed.
That's how that works, Brady, by the way. So
You do?
yeah, I mean, when you start having kids, that's how that works.
Isn't that too when you pass away? All right, yep, time of death
That
is
too.
9:53 a.m.
Jesus, bring it down, will you?
Cut that.
We're hunting. Killed that mule deer. Yep, time of death, 9:53 at the Hunt Expo.
Don't put that juju out there. Well, thanks for popping over, fellas.
Yeah.
We got Kenneth and Aris. Did I get that right?
Aris.
I'll never get it right.
You're close
Aris.
Yeah.
I told Brady, I said, I'm going to remember this because the Aris tour. You know,
Taylor
are you a
Swift?
Taylor Swift fan? I don't know if that's a bad thing or not for you. Did I insult you?
No, I usually say like Paris without the P.
Okay.
That's pretty easy.
My
Paris
girlfriend's going to
without
be really
the
excited we started this off talking about Taylor Swift, so she's probably listening to it now.
Brady's a Swiftie.
Yeah, I
Kenneth,
definitely
you a
am.
Swiftie? Not much.
Yeah.
You gotta be.
I don't want to get the Swifties after me. No, she's great. She's
Yeah. She
You
is
pretty
great.
much do have to agree that you're a Swiftie, otherwise you could, like you're saying, have
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
That's a real thing.
She's incredible.
They're probably all listening to the podcast now because there's some algorithm out there that flagged it that we've been talking about.
Mm-hmm. So
No, I
you
said-
guys are from Kifaru. We
Yeah.
should say that at the top end so that we don't miss it.
Yep.
Kenneth, you're newly engaged, aren't you?
Yeah. Just got engaged last week. So.
Congrats.
I saw that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Congrats. We were following along.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm excited.
I think I gave that one a like. I was like, good for
Yeah,
Kenneth. So we're up here at the Hunt Expo. How's it been?
It's been good. Yeah, we're just cranking away on the clothing and everything, and we still have the pack side too, so it's been fun.
Mm-hmm. Is this your first expo like this? No?
No, I've been to a few, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Is it busier than normal, feels like?
Not yet. I mean, yesterday was pretty busy. It's going to be pretty busy today.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah.
But I guess kind of status quo.
Gotcha. Give us, you're new to me as far as Kifaru goes.
Okay. Yeah.
How long you been with Kifaru?
About a year and a half. I started in November 24.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You live in Wyoming?
Mm-hmm.
In Riverton?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Moved over there.
Do you know my brother lives in Riverton?
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
You might run into him sometime.
Yeah. Bring him by the shop.
He looks like your classic mountain man.
He
Big
really
beard.
does. He kind of doesn't look like Trail.
Yeah, no. He's usually in coveralls. He's probably been ice fishing. So if you
I
see,
probably passed him.
I bet you have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys are probably already best friends.
His
You don't
Probably. Yeah.
His
you
name's
don't even
Tyler,
know.
by the way. If you ever run into him,
Yeah.
give him a
Has he
give
come
him
by
a
the
shout
shop
out.
or?
I don't know if he has yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I keep telling him, hey, you got to pop by and say hey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We should pop by and say hey
Yeah,
too.
come on.
I
That's-
know.
Yeah.
I want to see you guys play.
You guys definitely will give you a good tour of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a
I
big
know
building.
last year when we were elk hunting,
Mm-hmm.
I thought if I got one, I'm going to pop up there and say what's up. But
Yeah.
I was just angry. I was driving home angry at the end of
All
that
you
hunt.
guys were.
Yeah, I was like, forget this. I'm out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a rough one.
If you got a place to shoot rifles close by, I'm definitely interested
yeah.
to stop by, hang out, shoot some rifles.
We definitely got
We
some
have
spots.
spots,
Yeah. We got keys to some ranges too. So.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
So, Aris, tell us what you do at Kifaru.
Yeah, I'm the apparel designer. So I sort of spent the last year and a half building this new clothing line, and we're here launching it. We're doing like the soft launch here at Western Hunt, and then it's going to be available March 5th.
Okay.
Yep.
It's been a year and a half?
Mm-hmm.
You've been working on it a year and a half?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shorter than that, but yeah, it's I started developing it November 24 and sampling it, and we got it into wear test in like the beginning of 25, and it's been really fast, but it was like a tight timeline, but it was doable, you know.
Gotcha. Is your background? Give me. I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to get to know you a little better. Where
Yeah.
are you from? What's your background?
Grew up in Indiana, and I studied apparel design. I started kind of in the arts. I planned to be like a fine artist, and I kind of gave up on that because I thought there was no money in it. And I was like, I'll pick a career that has a lot of money, so I'll design clothes, which that was stupid. But I just sort of like kind of dug my teeth into it and like never let it go. So yeah, I studied apparel design in Chicago, and then I spent a decade in New York designing for like big luxury,
Like who?
like runway brands nobody ever heard of.
I have. Give it to me. I wanna hear it.
Trail is kind of well versed in a lot of things
Yeah,
in
I'm-
life. He really is unique.
Run with it. I want to hear it.
Donna Karen.
Okay, yeah. I'm tracking.
Rachel Comey.
Not that one. Cool.
A lot of, yeah.
What
a
was
lot of
that
people
like?
Yeah, what's living in New York?
Crazy, yeah, but fun, a lot of fun. I mean, my plan was I always built kind of like even in college I was like trying, not successfully, but I was building waterproofs and I was building kind of more sport centric designs, and the plan was to come out west and like work for Nike, work for Patagonia, do something like that. And I just couldn't get my foot in the door, and all my friends had gone to New York, and so I was just like, oh, I'll just spend a year out there and get some experience and kind of try again, and just kind of like a decade just disappeared.
You were 10 years there.
Yeah.
Wow. You
And
miss it?
No.
It's kind of a stark contrast between Riverton and New York.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I was I spent a bunch of time there, and I wanted to leave in 2018, and then I still stayed there till like 2020, and then the COVID thing made it like really like easy to leave,
Oh.
Yeah, I bet.
I thought you might say it was hard to leave because you were just locked in. They were like, you can't leave.
Yeah, no. Well, I think I got out right before that happened.
Right in time.
Yeah. But yeah, I was definitely burnt out from it, and just burnt out from that system. That side of the apparel world is just completely different. It's much faster, and I didn't grow up hunting. I grew up fishing, more like suburban stock ponds and behind subdivisions and stuff. Like hitting docks and like throwing corn on a hook, and if we hit some bass, it's like, hey, that's a good day.
Oh yeah.
But no understanding of like, this is a water source that we have to take care of, or this is an animal that we have to take care of, or anything. And then I kind of stopped doing that in college and in New York, and then it was kind of like my interest of like, again, I guess you could say it was the contrast of being in that fast-paced kind of society and that fast business, and I was just like, gosh, I just need to get away from this, So I started picking up fishing again and doing it in the city and trying to do it upstate, and it kind of didn't dawn on me until like 2018, 19. I was like, oh, I should be designing this stuff, This is the stuff that I wear. It was the stuff that I was already wearing. I was following like a lot of the technical apparel stuff. And I think that's how I got into the interest of hunting, because I was like, wow, this clothing is really interesting and it's really cool, and they're doing pretty advanced stuff, and it was different than what I was doing, which was very advanced on like a construction side and a material side as well, but obviously a completely different customer. But yeah, that's what kind of led me down the path. And then 2020 hit, COVID hit, and then I was like, okay, I really got to get out of here. And, First Light just happened to have a job opening, and I just kind of threw my hat in there and
went there?
did some interviews and ended up there. So I went from New York to Idaho first.
Oh, gotcha.
Spent almost 4 years there, and then I just came to Kifaru now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're the right guy for the job.
I'm trying.
I've seen the pieces. You were the right guy for the job.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So you've been doing some hunting
Oh yeah.
since you moved out. Kenneth break you in pretty good.
I'm not going out with Kenneth.
No.
No, he hikes too hard. No, I mean, yeah, I'll go out with him. Last year was a little bit of a wash just because I was still a non-resident, and you have to be a full year resident to kind of get like all the perks. So I ate a mule deer tag in Idaho. I couldn't get out there, but I did a little bit of bird hunting. But I want to I got a lot of plans this year. So.
This is the year.
This is the year.
Being a resident of Wyoming,
Yeah.
I see what you guys do all the time.
Yeah.
And it's pretty amazing. I don't want to tout out that state or boost it up too high.
We do every podcast. They tell people to move to Wyoming.
It's really not that great.
You're
actually.
welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible winter there right now. It's
Yeah.
negative 40. So.
Negative 48 on the
Yeah.
daily
Lies.
average.
Yeah.
High in the summer is like 45, 50.
Yeah.
That's
It's
horrible.
just always cold and
Yeah,
windy.
yeah.
Like,
I will say the hunting is good. Everything else is like. So.
No,
Yeah,
it's
a lot of open space.
yeah, it's nice. It's it's a perfect place to really test stuff too, because you can get out.
Yeah.
That's very, very
Yeah.
true. You guys are in the ideal spot to design something. Oh, let's go in the mountains really quickly. You can get there easily.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like we're into the mountains within 20 minutes. Like if we want to go to the winds and stuff. So, no, it's nice, wide open spaces and a lot less people. When we come to these cities, it's a little insane.
Well, I'm like, I can finally get some good coffee, But that I will, like I miss those things about New York, like the nightlife and the food and
The pace.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of like the pace, but I also like the slow pace too.
Sure.
I definitely couldn't live there again. Like I love Chicago. I couldn't live there again. I don't love New York. I love Chicago way more than New York, but I couldn't live in New York again either. I'm
Yeah.
kind of like when I get something in and then out of me, I'm kind of done with it.
Right. Yeah. When did Kifaru start talking about doing clothing?
At the same time, I mean,
It's probably sometime in 24.
Yep.
And then I guess they were like just reaching out to people. Shout out Greg Farrell, an old PLM from First Light, an old Whitetail PLM. He connected me with Anders, our old GM, and we just started talking. We kind of talked for a while. I would say like late summer. Well, no, that's maybe like late September, October. We talked for quite a while, and then kind of just made the jump. I mean, they gave me like full ownership, which that's
Supposed to be
really
fun.
Yeah. That's really what I wanted. That's really what that's what made the decision easy,
Sure.
And they were kind of like, they were upfront and being like, we really don't know how this stuff works or like,
Right.
what it's going to take. So we're just like giving it to you. And I was like, yeah, that sounds amazing. Let me try,
Right. So, yeah, that's fun, man.
And they kept to it. Like they really let me have everything I needed.
Really?
Yeah.
A little bit too much, so?
No.
To the point you were like,
I need
I'm busy.
more.
I need more.
Really?
No, I'm never too busy. I wish I could make this stuff faster. That's the funny thing about, like in New York, we would do 4 to 6 collections a year with like 2,000 garments per collection.
Mercy.
So, I would say like 50 or 60% of that is like repeats. You're just like changing fabrics or changing colors, but 40% of that is brand new development. And so you're thinking like 40 like let's say like 800 designs, brand new fabrics, brand new fits every 2.5 months. That's the pace,
Yeah.
So then when I came out west, it's like, oh, we're on a 2-year development calendar. I'm like, oh man, I really wish I could push this stuff faster.
Yeah,
I think
you want to see your baby get out in the
Yeah.
in the field there with people.
And also like even with this 26 stuff, like there's a point where I'm just like we have 27 wear tests we're using right now, and I'm going to put 28 prototypes in here like when we get back. So I'm kind of like I already done that stuff. I know everything about it. I'm ready to like start the new stuff and get excited about that stuff now, So it's kind of a funny kind of shift where I think New York taught me impatience, and I still kind of have a little bit of that.
Sure. Different use case though, right? Because you want to vet it, you want to test it, you want to wear it outdoors
100%.
in the use case scenario, which you get some opportunities. You get spring and fall basically, and you get some scouting in between maybe in the summer, but like your real push is in the fall.
100%.
Yeah, I know us. That's been one of the kind of the holdups just with the stuff that we've done, and it's like we want to get it out there, but it's also like, man, we haven't really worn this thing, for 15 days on an elk hunt,
Yeah.
So it puts everything behind.
It always does.
Yeah, well behind.
You want to test it, and you want to test it with us internally. You want to get external people testing it in different environments, different weather.
You want to put a pack on, slide around on your butt on a hillside, sit in glass for 6 hours.
And then you have a year like this where there's no moisture anywhere, no snow. So like it's hard to test stuff when you don't have the bad weather that you actually hope for to put the thing through the.
Yeah.
adverse conditions.
Especially some later season stuff, you know.
Yeah.
When it's
Hey,
60 degrees in February.
How are you supposed to test some gators when there's nothing to trudge around in?
Yeah.
Exactly.
We got to go to Alaska. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess we just have to.
I think I should do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
How did you decide where to start as far as like you get the job and you're like, this is your program? I mean, we butt up against this because the ideas are just endless, right? It's like, oh, we could do this, we could do that, you know? But like, how did you decide on what do we need to do?
Yeah, so
first and foremost.
Yeah, when they came to me, Kifaru came to me, they kind of had ideas that, you know, they like, we want 10 pieces, we want 12 pieces, we want 8 pieces, we want gym clothing, we want this, we want that. And I was like, you know, this is kind of your first handshake with the customer for this program. Like, let's make it tight and concise. So just building the assortment, I was like, let's give all the essentials, where the concept was if you bought one of everything, you could build a pretty decent kit. It's not everything you'll ever need, right? But that also gives us wiggle room to keep developing and you know, providing stuff in the future. So this first 26 launch is kind of like, this is like an essential dialed in kit. We have the base layers, we have a mid layer, we have 2 seasons of pants, and we have a decent insulation. You know,
Puffy.
Great puffy. And it's an awesome middle of the road puffy, right? It's not your warmest jacket ever. It's not your lightest layer. But again, we're going to build that into the systems later, you know?
Right.
So it's like 6 pieces.
Gotcha. Run us through. Do you want to start and like run us through individual pieces?
Sure.
Do you want to start at the puffy? So you went with the synthetic.
Yep.
Why synthetic over down?
It's just more versatile. You know, it's Primaloft, and to me, it's just the best synthetic insulation you can get. It's warm when wet. It's easier to, you know, manage and take care of. I used a windproof shell on it, so it's a 20D ripstop. It's completely windproof. There's no laminates or hangers in there to do that. So it's compression resistant, so you can pack it. It packs into its own pocket. And then another kind of secret, here's a little secret, is when I was building this, it's like these are all the kind of things and details that I've been wanting to do for a while. And that have been sitting in my head, and I just never had the opportunity to do it, you know? So I kind of more or less knew they would work. And I leaned on partners and mills and manufacturing that I knew I could trust also. So I used fabric mills that I've had, you know, relationships with for years, and I knew that I could trust them and I could trust their supply chain. So the materials are robust and are super interesting and have their own story, which is very important to the customer. And so I knew I didn't have to worry about that aspect of it. So that's how I was able to kind of like move it in quickly. So like the puffy, for example, I knew I always wanted to do that cinch cuff. I knew I always wanted to do that forward facing torso vent. So that's another kind of, I would say that's sort of the defining feature of it, where, you know, it's too warm to hike in, but as you're glassing, you know, you throw it on so you can stay warm. If you get a little too warm or you have to like move quick, you open those vents and you kind of can dump your core heat.
First thing I noticed, I put it on, I was like, oh, these cuffs are different. They're like wide, and I put them on, I'm like, I don't know, these feel kind of weird. But then the more I've wore it, like the last week, I would say, the more I appreciate it. I'm like, oh, I kind of like this. This makes sense, you know, because normally you see all the same cinch cuffs, or the ribbing on the outside, you know. And I thought, oh, this is actually really comfortable because the cuff of it is like that wide, right?
Yeah.
It's probably an inch,
It's probably
an inch and a half.
inch and a quarter or something,
Yeah, it's pretty wide, and then it puts more of the insulation over the top of your wrist, which I was like, oh, that makes sense. It's warmer. Yeah, so there's like subtle details. I was like, oh, I haven't seen that before.
And it's there's a little like chemistry in there. So, I mean, the idea is like when you're wearing, you know, multiple layers, it's going to create that gasket around your cuff. So no snow or twigs or anything's going to get in there. But there's a little chemistry in there that if snow gets in there, it'll dry fast too. So sort of those outside cuffs I don't love. They stretch out and they can, like, they're super delicate, so they'll tear easy, but they also get really wet. So then you just got this sopping wet kind of cuff on your wrist that I don't love.
Yeah.
So that I just like turning that on the inside, and it's a nice clean finish. And
Do you know how many grams of insulation it has in it?
133 grams.
133.
Primaloft gold, yeah.
Okay. And what is it? What total weight, like on a size large? Do you know?
I don't
off
know.
the top of your head.
We'll have them on the website here.
Gotcha.
We should have all sizes weighing. But yeah, I mean, gold is the best Primaloft you can get. Another sort of thing is a kind of secret with Primaloft is they wash their insulation in silicone. So what that does is it gives it a super slippery feel. So that's what makes it like super wearable, really comfortable, but also gives it tons of packability. So that's what makes it like, you can wrap it up really tight, and then it'll kind of spring back into action. You don't lose your loft or anything.
Gotcha. How much sizing? Pain in the ass?
No.
That's the one we fight most.
Yeah, we deal with sizing things all the time.
It's constant.
Well, I mean, I've been doing sizing for, like 13 years. So like I know what I like, and we were just talking, like you guys are skinny and tall. You guys are the hardest dudes to kind of like build stuff for. And yeah, it's never going to be perfect and easy,
Yeah, we fight that all the time. So we'll walk in and we'll be like, this is too short. And he'll be like, well, how much more do you want? And we'll add a little bit. And then you send it out to a test or a consumer. And they're like, this thing is too damn long.
Yeah.
You need to quit making things for Brady or me, myself or Lorenzo.
Yeah, I don't think you're ever going to win that.
Yeah, that's a hard one, right?
I feel like you just have to like make a decision and just keep going. And like we can always change it moving forward.
Sure.
We can shorten something. We can make it a little bit longer. I'm not against any of that. We can add pant sizes. I just sometimes like with minimums. On this business side, boring. But like with the minimums of stuff, it's like you can't just buy 10 32 36s, right? And realistically, there's probably only 10 customers who are going to buy them, right? You have to buy like 150 or 200, and then you're going to sit on those for 2 years,
I had a guy hit me up the other day, and he's like, I'm looking for a pair of pants. He's like, I need like a 30-34 or like a 30-36 even. I was like, man, you are a beanpole and super tall.
That's a hard one to fit.
Yeah, I'm like, that is a tough one.
Well, yeah,
I'm like, you just might need to invest in a good belt.
Yeah, exactly. I'm always like, what pants do you wear?
Right.
Or even just casually, what jeans do you wear, or whatever it is.
Those are Wimby models, huh? Run us through pants. So you got a couple pairs of pants?
Yeah, so 2 pants. So we have kind of, so I'm wearing the Pass Breaker, which is our kind of like early to mid-season pant. And this is another thing that I've always wanted to make, which was like a Carhartt for the mountain was the idea. And it was like just like an athletic, lighter weight, kind of durable material. It's not overly stretchy. I hate those super stretchy pants that are, always in the lightweight category. They're super fragile. They pill easy. They blow out. So this is a double weave, which basically means it's like 2 layers that are woven together. So you're still able to get stretch in this. There's a mechanical stretch in this. No elastic, no spandex. But with that double weave, you still get your durability. So there's a little body to it. There's a little tooth to it. It holds up great to burrs and sticks and brambles and stuff like that. And that's kind of what I wanted. And then the hunt industry is so funny because everything's kind of the same. And so like I was saying, your material packages tell your story, right? But essentially that's the story with these guys. And then you have your classic hip vents. Those are backed with mesh. You have 2 drop-in pockets that are, front facing, that are, more streamlined, minimal, just so you can kind of have that on the mountain, off the mountain wearability with it. And then they're knee pad compatible. Again, sort of the Carhartt feature. You can slip the knee pads up from the front or the outside. And yeah, just.
Do you have a knee pad that comes with them, or do you have a knee pad?
So the second pant, that's our dedicated late season pant. That's called the Torlander. That's a 3-layer laminate. Has a grid fleece on the back. It has a 2-way breathable membrane. Completely windproof, completely waterproof. Seams are not taped, but the fabric package itself is waterproof. And that one, full purchase, comes with knee pads and suspenders. So again, if you buy both pants, you're kind of set.
Kind of covered.
If you don't need, you live in Arizona or something, you only need these guys. You can buy the suspenders and the knee pads separate. They'll be on the website.
Gotcha. Two cargo pockets.
2 cargo pockets up high, yeah, just
on the thigh.
Yeah, up high on the thigh.
Gotcha. Did you, with your background, did you have an idea of like what kind of fabric you were going into? You're like, I want this.
Well, I had an idea, but I really don't know. I mean, like the fabrics are my absolute favorite part, you know.
Yeah.
So I definitely have an idea, but
and I think that's one of the hardest parts, to be honest, for a lot of folks, because it's like, what is out there?
Yeah.
Seems like it's kind of endless. There's so many different
completely
materials.
endless. But that, I mean, that's what I want to see absolutely everything. I want to see everything because I know when I touch something that's going to be it, you know, and it's within, you know, maybe like so every once in a while it'll be like, oh, I really like that, but it actually didn't work. And that, you know, that's kind of a bummer. But most of the time I'm like, love it. It's working. It's great. Like we can like move on.
From a swatch, like a small swatch.
Yeah. Yeah. So they come, they're like headers, you know?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys know. So, and do you guys go to the? I mean, maybe not you, but your
I don't. But
designer.
I'm personally asking. I'm pulling info from you
for
because
sure.
I'm interested. Because that's the thing that I think we struggle with the worst is like there is so much out there, and for me, I know what I want. Like I know what I use. I have used in the past, and I know what I've liked and not liked.
Yeah.
So like I'm not you. Like I'm not a fabric guy. I can't pick up a swatch and fill it and be like, oh yeah, that would make a great pair of pants because I just don't have that level of detail. But I mean, it's hard for me. You know, our guy will be like, what do you think of this? I'm like, shit, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
it looks
we get like
okay.
books of samples and like we're feeling them, and he's gone some places too to check out stuff from like
Sure.
shows and different
Right.
events
Exactly.
and stuff like
So
that.
I was gonna say, like, if you go to those fabric shows, you know, it's kind of like Western Hunts. Not as big, but it's just like endless booths of mills and suppliers that just have full libraries, and they're like 2 days long, and some people just come in and meet the people that they know and then they leave after one day, which I think is ridiculous. I go in there and I'm there morning to night and I meet everyone. If I don't know them, I'm going into their booth and I look at every single piece of fabric on that floor and I want to touch it. I want to know about it. I want to see everything available. Because that's really that's the only way you're going to, find the exact thing you want. There's always something that's like right in the middle. It's like, man, it's kind of hard in the outdoor industry. I don't know why. Probably it's a much smaller industry, but like that's again, more where I cut my teeth in New York. It's like, because New York is so centralized, there's so many brands there. Those fabric mills come to you.
Right.
They come to your offices. You don't have to go travel to these shows, and they bring suitcases of stuff. And it's just like, yes, 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 no, 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 yes, no. And you're just picking fabrics all day long. But then there's also like an exclusivity factor that doesn't really happen. It really doesn't happen anymore, period. The industry has changed a lot. But back in the day, you could be like, man, I really like this. Can you make it 10 grams heavier? Can you actually change the poly into cotton? Or can you add elastic or take it out or what? And in 2 weeks you'd get a brand new header and they'd send it right to you. And it's like, that's what I wanted,
Yeah.
It's a much bigger business.
Point being, you have to know what you want.
Exactly. For sure. 100%.
Yeah. Which is why it's critical to have somebody like yourself that has the background and have been doing it for so long that you can actually, by feel and look and component what that will do on your body over time for the environment to be able to make the judgment call.
So then for like the Torlander pant, I didn't know that I wanted a 3-layer laminate because initially I was like, that's going to be way too heavy. But the one that I ended up finding, it's actually pretty lightweight in my opinion. And the technology and the performance is there. And I was like, man, this would make a great pant. And that surprised me, right? And I was like, well, let's cut it. Let's see what it looks like. And so that just kind of like ended up being good. That wasn't what I was looking for, but it found me in a way.
Right.
Yeah.
It was serendipitous.
Yeah.
How'd you figure out, like on this pant here, like mesh on the hip bent versus non-mesh? Because like we go back and forth on hip bent length and mesh, no mesh.
Brady wants a hip bent to his calf.
I
want one to my knee.
I want to dump heat. Like, and it's like, we're weighing opinions again. Like he has an idea, I have an idea. We both think we're right, and we probably are in our personal use case. But then, how do you decide what? He's not right. Don't listen to this. Right? Like that balance point of what you're going to give the consumer at the end of the day. Like, what thought process goes into there for you guys on how to do these little features?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it kind of boiled down to we have 2 pants. I'm going to give a shorter vent with mesh and a longer vent without mesh.
Yeah.
And that just gives, gives the customer a little bit of everything. I like mesh in an early season pant because the grasses are taller. You're going to keep the seeds out of the little seeds and the little twigs and little grasses out of your pants. I like to bird hunt, so I'm dealing with more of that. And I guess that's probably subconsciously in the back of my head.
No, I think you're right. I mean, that's something I found, like even other pants that have the open vents and you're September elk hunting or, just hiking around, even beating brush to get to the high country, you'll get a lot of sticks in your legs, then you're stopping every, 200 yards picking them out,
or even just sitting and getting up and down, rocks and dust and all that stuff. And, it's not going to keep everything out, but that's just kind of like the basic. And I don't like to spend. I can't spend too much time on thinking about that stuff. I'm just like, I know the customer wants it, and I'm going to separate it. I have 2 opportunities, so I'm just going to give them both and separate it and move on.
Yeah,
Make a judgment call.
Make a judgment call. And we're going to keep building more pants, and we're going to probably put vents in those, and we can figure out. We'll get feedback on that stuff.
And with the Torlander having the full zip, the side, pretty much going all the way down to the calf from the hip. Those pants are warm.
Yeah.
And when you're in the late season, you need to wear them when you're stationary. When you're hiking, you're almost got them fully flayed out.
Yeah.
But that's, again, late season.
And I'm sure like mesh actually plays a big difference. If the mesh is there or not, like you get a lot more airflow without the mesh. It's pretty surprising. So yeah, that was another thing. It's just like I run cold, so I'm gonna wear a long john under my heavy pant.
Yeah, people are so different.
I
never
run
wear
warm.
I run cold all the time.
I never wear long
same
johns.
way.
I haven't worn a pair of long johns in God knows how long.
But then I'm gonna get hot, right?
Sure.
So then I'm gonna dump those things all the way open, and then I can regulate.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing I thought of too before. It's like, obviously you got the vent on the side outside your leg. Some companies have one on the inside only.
Yeah.
Like, could you do both? It's going to add a little bit of weight to the pant, like an outside one, maybe an inside one as well. To like,
I keep telling Brady he just needs to wear a kilt.
that's what it comes down to.
You know what you need? You need a kilt, bud.
That'd be the coolest.
Kifaru kilt. Can you guys work on that one next?
Grip and grin with the kilt.
If your balls run hot, you got to wear a kilt, females.
I got a lot to deal with,
That's the tagline.
if your
balls run hot,
that's the title.
Clip that one right there.
That's it.
I can't wait for the comments.
Things like that, I'm just like, we're just splitting hairs, and there's diminishing returns, in my opinion, and you're just adding construction and bulk. And is it really helping, or to add like both vents as an example? It's like, are we really benefiting, So I'm just like, I don't know. I would say for me, I would only do one or the other. Yeah.
Gotcha. Run us through tops.
Yeah, tops. I
got one on.
Merino. Yeah, thanks. Love it.
Good job.
Yeah, Thrall. It's like base layers, merino or synthetic. I just thought, again, to keep the collection nice and tight, I like the natural properties and performance of merino.
So is it all merino?
It's 87% merino, 13 nylon.
Okay.
So that's going to give you, that just gives you a little bit of shape retention, and the nylon gives you a little bit of shape retention and durability. But it's an ultra fine fiber as well. So it's a 17.5 micron, which that just speaks to the diameter of the individual fiber. So it's best for like lightweight base layers. Like this is 150 weight base layer.
When would somebody want merino over synthetic, and why not synthetic in your first go?
Yeah, that's I think it's total preference. For synthetic, I just think the synthetics that I want to build are going to be much lighter, so they're going to be delicate. You're going to have to add the odor blocking chemistry. You're going to have to add, or it's going to come with some sort of wicking chemistry on it, right? And this kind of already has it all in there. It's like a full package. I just think it's nicer, and ultimately the odor mitigation is what I think is the defining factor that just gives you longer time in the mountains if you are spending that time in the mountains. So I can run that thing 7 days plus without it stinking. Totally depends on the person, right? Like if you stink a little bit more, or if whatever the case is, it's like, I just think those like little things are
We'll push it over.
It's going to push it a
into
little bit
merino
better.
versus.
And I like synthetics in the early season or in the summer, and then I switch to wool in like the colder seasons, probably like October and later. But I mean, a 150 weight is awesome for hotter weather, I think. So
why no quarter zip?
It's the super lightweight material like that. I feel like you get that like the zipper bone.
You do.
Yeah.
I get that
You
on me
do.
all the time. Yeah.
And I know they're like dumping heat and all that stuff. I don't know. It's just one of those. Well, it's just one of those things that's like you're constructing the build, and there's so much going on, and I just don't think it looks as nice.
Trail likes to hike around with those chest hairs out.
Yeah.
That way when the elk sees him, like, ooh,
Yeah.
wow, I'm going to come check out that.
I like to blow it out with the comb, give it a
Yeah.
nice roll, and
Or it's your wind indicator.
get it.
Just
Yeah.
trying to see where it's waving.
pluck some, and throw it to the wind.
Dude, like the settlers.
I'm not that hairy, but
Absolutely.
Neville, you ever hunt with him?
Oh, yeah.
Man, that guy takes his shirt off. I'm like, that's what a dude looks like. Like, he's covered.
I mean, I know performance is the ultimate factor, but I think like I'm very cognizant of how it's going to look as well.
Yeah,
And I
lay.
just think, yeah, like a ultra lightweight material with a zipper.
Yeah. I mean,
Just
we're
gets
all,
cumbersome,
I mean,
so.
you can say what you want. Like, we're all these badass Western big game hunters. You can say whatever you want,
Oh,
but
gosh.
everybody gives a shit on how it looks.
Oh, absolutely.
Like they do ultimately. Like I know I do. Like
yeah,
to
no, for sure.
some extent. It's not like the deciding factor, but like you want it to fit well. I've always said for a pair of pants, right? Like there's a lot I can put up with, but if the pair of pants doesn't fit, I won't wear them.
Absolutely.
I don't
Oh,
give
yeah.
two rips if they're the most durable. You know, if the material is the right weight for the right hunt, like I don't give two shits. But like if it doesn't fit good, like I just won't wear it.
No.
Yeah, fits everything. We spent most of our time like just talking fit, you know, because I don't know anything about materials, but yeah,
Yeah.
fit's a big deal. And the way it looks is a big deal. More than people would probably admit to. I can own it.
Openly admit.
I mean, also, I think like another thing is that, you know, I think big brands right now are exiting wool, and they're kind of leaning on synthetics because wool is very expensive. The duties on them are very high, and it just becomes an expensive garment for something that's so lightweight, you know. So I think there's space for it right now, actually.
I like both.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm a little bit opposite of you. I actually like wool early, like a like a 150.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I like it in the like hot time of year because it feels like it breathes really well. But then if I do wet it out, it dries quick because I got warm weather. And then synthetics, I actually like it later because I can
Dries
wet it out,
faster.
but it'll dry fast.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and those are all.
So
reasons.
there's room for both and
Yeah.
different use cases. There's times I'll go to my closet and I'll be like, yeah, that's the piece for this hunt this day, right? So yeah, you know, nothing wrong with merino. I like both.
Yeah, I've been leaning more towards merino lately.
Yeah,
I've been kind of making that switch. I was merino way back in the day, switched to full synthetics, and I'm kind of like leaning back in again. It's like, I don't know what it is. Times change, or my thought process change, or get more educated on certain hunts. But
so you've got a short sleeve and a long sleeve.
So we have a short sleeve
One-
crew and then the long sleeve
With a hood?
hoodie. Yeah. And I think that again, keeping it nice and tight, it just like kind of covers everything you need. I'm debating releasing like a long sleeve crew, just something simple if guys don't want to stack hoods and stuff. Yeah, it has that like the great warm, like you were saying, the warm when wet property. It's awesome at thermoregulating because the zigzag of there's a crimp in the fiber, and that's where like pockets of loft can hang out, and that's what gives you your warmth, you know.
Gotcha. Yeah. Tell us about the hoodie.
Yeah, the hoodie, the
The
Rome.
kind of a mid layer.
Yep, Rome cross layer. So I'd say this is kind of like the standout piece. I would say like
Is this your favorite piece of the line? Do you have a favorite,
It changes kind of.
or is it like your children? You just can't have a favorite.
I can't have a favorite.
you can.
I mean, it's definitely probably my favorite material. So I would say the Rome hoodie and the Passbreaker Pant are kind of like the flagship style of the hero style of the launch right now, and that specific hoodie people are really gravitating towards. So it's a very interesting fabric. 99% of your grid fleeces out there are made as a knit, which is just talks about how the fabric is created. So like your T-shirts or like this hoodie has tons of stretch. Those are knits. What makes this interesting is that it's a woven. So that's more like your jeans, these pants, sort of like your cotton button-up shirts.
What's the difference between a knit and a woven?
Again, it's just it's the way it's constructed. So
the way that the fibers are combined.
Yeah. It's literally like the machining of putting the fibers together. So a knit will give you a little more stretch and spring.
Okay.
It also has to do with content, like the content of the fiber itself it makes a big difference as well. But the reason they did that, they did this as a woven, is because it has incredible durability and then incredible water blocking properties. It's also really great at blocking wind. So I can do a little demonstration here.
So a woven sorry, I'm hung up on this. So a woven has less stretch than a knit.
Generally
speaking.
So this does have a little bit of elastic in it. So when you feel it, it has more of a moderate stretch.
Yep.
And like your classic grid fleeces sometimes have a ton of stretch, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of need that for the mobility of it all. This one is cut a hair bigger because it doesn't have a ton of stretch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that is because of the woven kind of aspect of it.
Gotcha.
What makes this so cool is that it's a complete single layer. So they weave the front super tight, and they keep the weave on the back very long, and they brush it, and that's what gives you the loft of the grid.
Mm-hmm.
That's what keeps you warm when you need to be warm, but it still has the channels in there like a classic grid fleece, and that's what gives you your breathability.
So this is one contiguous piece of material, right? It's not like a front face and a back face.
Nope.
It's just the same material,
Exactly.
two different,
So
one facing and a backing that are different, woven different.
Exactly.
If you will. Okay.
Yeah. So like our Torlander pant, our late season pant, again, that's a 3-layer laminate. That's a face. It has a membrane on the inside, and it has a grid fleece backer, and it's laminated together, right?
Right.
And and that's a technology we all know. That membrane that's what's moving your interior vapor out when you're getting overheated, but it's not allowing outside precipitation in. That membrane is doing the work. That's what makes this so interesting, is it doesn't have that laminate. It doesn't have that membrane doing the work. It's just doing it all on its own. So this is a little...
So we're doing science experiments.
Yes.
Right now.
We're doing science
I
experiments
got excited.
right now.
This took me back to like 9th grade.
Yeah.
The mill who makes this, I've been working with them for many years. They're absolutely incredible. They are wizards. They built this little machine, and when they showed me this material, I was like, I need it right away. And I was like, I need this cup. I need this cup to show people. And they're like, it's just for marketing. We don't really send it to people. And I just like would not leave them alone. I was like, we're going to sell a lot of these grid fleece. Please just send me. And they finally did. And at least from what they told me, I'm the only customer that has this cup right now. So, and also this material is not available, or it's not in the American market, and it's definitely not in the hunt market. Some running and some biking brands in Europe have this. Yeah. But Kifaru is the very first in America, which is very cool.
That's exciting.
So this guy locks on top, and this is the face. The face of the fabric is facing up, so the grid fleece is on the bottom. And if you imagine the inside of this cup here is your body, right? And then this is sort of the elements. So again, the reason they wove it is so they can get it super ultra tight.
It's holy water, Brady.
It's holding the water. And then this is showing the breathability from the inside out. All these bubbles, right?
Gotcha. That's Kenneth going up a real steep hill.
Very steep.
Chugging along.
And killing a dink.
Write that down.
There you go.
But it stays completely dry.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, so obviously it's not rainwear, right? Mm-hmm. It will saturate over time. If I left this material in there with this is about 11. It references about 11 millimeters of water, and a waterproof can get up to like 10,000 a 10,000 water column, right? So this is very low, right? But it's also super localized into this little cup. But if I left it in here, it would probably start to drip through at around 12 or 15 minutes. I've done a couple tests, and it kind of ebbs and flows, but it's going to dry really fast, and it's also not a comparable test really. Like, you're not like sitting in the water with this thing, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But a light squall, light precipitation, it's going to keep all that out. It blocks wind really well. Also, because of that face, again, it's like very durable. It's more durable than your knits. So your knits, like your hoodies or your t-shirts, or even like your merino, that stuff's going to get caught up because it has a little bit more loft, right? There's more air in there.
Yep.
That's what makes this super compact, tight weave is what makes this thing so interesting. So
That was a super cool test.
yeah. So again, when I saw that, this was one of those things where it's like, I was probably going to head down a normal knit path of a grid fleece, and I was kind of like working with some solid fleeces as well. I didn't really know what the mid layer was going to be. Actually, when I went to this one fabric show, it was like a week and a half after I started. After my first day is when I went to this fabric show. And I was like, I got to find stuff because I need to get this stuff going, But when I saw this, I was immediately like, oh, this has amazing application for hunting, and it was a little bit of a risk because it's like there is nothing like this out there, and it's like, are people really going to like it? Is it too different to like buy into as a grid fleece? But ultimately, I was like, this is sort of, again, the material package is what sells the story. Yeah. And I was like, we just got to do it. I'm always going to lean into being, a little bit more different. I don't want an ultra stretchy pant. I want a more compact pant.
Man, is there anything worse than a pair of pants that, like, on day 4 is just like
100%
ballooned out?
Oh yeah,
it just doesn't retain its shape. I hate it. That's
changing your belt every day.
Major pet peeve.
Yeah.
So that's also with this double weave on this pant. That's what's going to help like stop that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you see this test right here, and you can't help but just whip out your credit card. And be like, okay.
I know.
I want to buy that right there.
Yeah, a lot of people have tried this week.
Yeah, we've had a lot.
You're just doing that test like 100 times a day?
Well, we have a video of it playing. In loop in the booth,
Yep.
and I'm like, you got to watch this. You got to watch this, and people are just like kind of blown away.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I'm not surprised, but yeah, it's super cool, and this is kind of the stuff again I've always wanted to build, and now it's here.
I love that color too.
Yeah,
that's a cool color to me.
Yeah, and so for the colors, we have this tan. It's called Burr. We have a green. It's called Steppe. It's kind of like an awesome middle green. And then we have the dark Wallow, what Trail is wearing, and Kenneth. And that's kind of your dark brown, just like the bookends with the dark and the light and classic green in the middle. And like, I mean,
You gonna do camo?
No camo.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Tell me about DWR treatments. Do they work? Do you utilize them like on your exterior pieces?
Yeah. I mean, everything has DWR except for the merino.
Sure.
Yeah. The merino's
the base. The reason I ask is because it's marketed, right? So like you see other people's pieces, we talk about it internally. Oh, we're gonna put a DWR treatment on it, but I'm like, what does that actually mean in real world terms? How long does it last?
I've been thinking lately, especially on like an early pant. I'm like, does it need DWR?
Yeah.
Like you're not like sitting in. I mean, maybe you're sitting in dewy grass, but like it's gonna dry itself in 5 minutes. Like I don't know. It's not a big deal. Old DWR did work. Are you like up to date on like the PFAS conversation?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so PFAS is the polyfluoroalkyl substances, and
Say
what
that 5 times fast.
yeah. Basically, what that means is for the longest time, your DWR was made with fluoride, and it's the same exact chemistry that they would use in Teflon, like nonstick pans.
Are you old enough to remember when you were a kid in elementary school and they would bring in your little cup of fluoride in the morning?
No.
Just me?
Nope.
Yeah, they'd bring in a cup of fluoride. They'd line you all up on a wall. You'd have a little cup of fluoride, take it, swish it.
What?
They'd time it, and then you'd spit it out. They did that. I mean, when I was in elementary, that was like every week. Yeah. That's why I'm so dumb.
Non-stick brain, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that happened. Anyway, side story.
Yeah, so that's how they were making DWR forever, and because of its environmental impact, it stays kind of in the places that we kind of hang out and go into. It stays in the grasses, it stays in the snow, it goes into the waterways. It probably stays in our skin and our bloodstream.
He's laughing because it just.
No, 100%.
What did you do back in the day, Trail?
He's
like, wild.
Kenneth, that guy.
Yeah, this guy.
It explains a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah. Cut.
And so like around like 2018 or 19, they started switching over to a non-fluorinated DWR to make it like safer for the environment. And then COVID really kind of like stopped like the roll of it for a while. But then within the past 2-3 years, it's been like really hardcore about switching over. So like all of Europe, you can't sell fluorinated DWR, and here in the States, Canada, a lot of Canada you can't. California, New York, you cannot sell. So sometimes on these websites you'll see like we can't ship to California or New York. It's because of that fluorinated DWR. Utah's like right on the heels. So all these companies are trying to rush to switch over. So there was like C6, and then C6 wasn't good enough, and then it was C0, and then that wasn't good enough, and then it was Z3, and they always change the names to kind of like push it a little further. Ultimately, the new non-fluorinated DWR kind of sucks. I was just talking to James Yates about this yesterday.
Oh, you have him in tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's awesome.
He'll be right here on this couch.
Awesome. Yeah, he's awesome. He's done some wear testing for us, and he's a chemical engineer. So I was like, what do you think is going to go on with this stuff? But yeah, ultimately it doesn't work as well. It absorbs stains faster. It absorbs dust really well, which is super strange. So like when the fabrics are on the rolls at the factory, they're like, it collects dust. So you lose a yard before you even cut anything. And it does repel water still, but just definitely not as well as the old stuff. So that's kind of a bummer. I think it's going to take like maybe 2 or 3 years to get the chemistry like
find something else. Not something else, but the chemistry of it for it to work. Right.
Yeah, update it to make it work like it used to, and then just again picking and choosing where it goes, because like when you go, especially these outdoor technical shows, it's just on everything, just blanket, and it's just like it doesn't need to be. You know, I don't think. It is cool to see like the water beat up and stuff, but it's like I don't know.
To me, it's always just seemed like maybe more marketing than it is actually use case, but I don't know.
No, I think it does work, and really like, I think people wash their wool too much, and they don't wash their rain gear enough. I think about that all the time.
Interesting.
Yeah, because
I never wash my rain gear.
Yeah, you should.
I don't wash my merino very often. I'll let that thing
Brady
go.
doesn't wash anything very often.
I'm that dirty guy over here.
Dirty hippie.
I come in the office, my pants are always dirty. It's like I like dirty clothes.
Oh yeah. Dude,
I can't have new
right
stuff.
there.
I can't be that guy. It's gotta get blood, dirt on it.
But it's like the DWR will stop working because there's dirt covering it. So you can use a DWR detergent. I don't think those are necessary. I think they're totally fine. They work. But you can also just use a regular mild detergent, and all you're really trying to do is get the grime off of the DWR surface, right? Because then the stuff that's coming in contact, it's not coming in contact with the chemistry. It's just coming in contact with dirt, and then it's not working as well. So get that stuff off of the fabric, or get the dirt off the fabric so it can come in contact with the DWR chemistry, and then it's going to work more. It's going to work longer. The recharging is more just like keeping it clean.
Does it wear off? Because that's another thing. I think people are afraid to wash their rain gear, myself included, because it's like I'm gonna wash that out of it.
I wouldn't be worried about that.
Okay.
No. It'll last the lifetime of the garment for sure.
Okay.
Longer than the lifetime of the garment. You'll rip a hole in it before that thing stops working, or your laminate will fail, or whatever it is. You know?
Right. You've had a chance to wear it for a year?
Yeah.
For a hunting season?
Yeah, so we that's one thing too, is like we were trying to hide it so much, so trying to keep that camera out of the way on trips or something, and I had a lot of personal hunts where the camera wasn't there, where I wore it the whole time. It's fun though too with Aris. Like obviously he knows his textiles and everything. I don't, just like you're saying. Like we can wear it and then know how it is in the field, and that's something with him when he has those the sheets of fabric. like we're going like, oh, this will feel nice, but then so it's nice when he just pulls them out, and then it's like, okay, we kind of met in between of what we're feeling. That's why on the newer 2027 stuff and going with that, like I said, like we've been working on this and known about it for almost a year and a half. And yeah, it's awesome. Just with what we're launching now, it kind of fits all you needs for a September elk hunt, but minus rain gear and everything like that. But with the puffy jacket, it's not going to get into the low teens or anything where you're going to need a heavier one. When you're in the high country, even in June and July, or August, in the early mornings, it gets pretty cold. So
give us a use case. So let's say you've got a September archery elk hunt. What are you picking? And then on the flip side of it, you've got a November late season deer tag. What's your setup?
Yep. So what I'll have in the truck is for sure both the tops. It depends on the day, but either the crew or the long sleeve. A lot of stuff in the high country, if you're getting chasing elk above 10,000 feet, you're probably going to want the long sleeve, just the early mornings and everything.
Do you wear one or the other, or do you just wear the one?
You can wear them both. I've worn them both, especially as it gets later into October and everything. But right off the bat, I've killed a lot of elk just in a short sleeve, just shirt, just a regular T-shirt.
Yeah.
So the crew helps a ton, but as it starts getting later in September, it's the colder mornings. I'll start wearing the long sleeve. This will be in the pack at all times. Like in the early mornings, you'll layer that with your puffy, and be plenty warm enough, in the mid 30s to low 40s. So either the crew in the early season. As it gets later in September, I'll just wear the long sleeve, always the midweight, the puffy, and then the pass breaker pants. Those can carry you a ways, into early October, into mid, even as far as you can go if you're layering with thermals and stuff. For me, I run hot, so I can wear that.
Do you wear this one mostly?
Yes.
The lighter of the two?
Yep. That one.
Give me the name again between the two.
Pass breaker.
Pass breaker.
And then Torlander.
Okay.
Yep. And I can wear that even in June, July, into August, as you're scouting or bear hunting in May. Early, sometimes April, you'll get some real cold temps. So the Torlander pant could be very beneficial. Like even last year in the spot, we got like a foot of snow in April. So having both those pieces ready. But as you get into May, obviously the pass breaker is going to start going.
Do you have a temperature range where you're like, I'm switching over to this?
Yeah, I mean, probably 25 to 30.
Gotcha.
Yep. And then as it goes into there,
those
and
are
also
daytimes and then cold nights.
Yep. And it could be the wind chill too. I mean, in Wyoming, the wind chill could be nuts. So.
And you did say they're windproof, right?
Yes.
The heavy ones.
The heavy.
Yeah, and the jacket.
Yep, and the jacket. And we, had a little PR event thing with some magazines in a coyote hunt, which is windy, kind of colder. Obviously, this winter wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
So, the Torlander pant and the puffy, literally you couldn't feel it. You could feel it hitting your face, but everything else, it was not cutting through.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised, especially that way. I thought these were going to be sort of the clear winner, just because they're lighter and they're more versatile. They're more wearable. But everyone on that hunt was all about the Torlander, all about the heavy 3-layer. Like it's still more of an athletic cut. They're not overly baggy. It's not a heavy soft shell. And they were just like, man, it's so comfortable. It's not too hot when I'm just walking around, but when it's cold, like it was, and super windy, like they were like, man, I really love this pant. And that was kind of a shock to me.
Yeah. And even in, we went to Alaska in early June, and we're like, oh, this is going to be good. Probably those will shine. Somehow it turned into winter there real fast. And it was, sometimes 80-mile-an-hour winds. We weren't really doing much. But those Torlander pants were insanely good. And it was, mid to low 30s, but with the wind chill, probably in the mid-20s. But, like, if you're going on September elk hunt, for sure the pass breaker pants, both merinos I would just have just in general. Just to mix and match. Obviously,
mid-layer and the puffy.
Summer scouting too. You're gonna wear that crew pretty much the whole time hiking around, and then the puffy, and then that that's gonna be your September elk. And then as you get later into that November time frame, or even late October, some places the Torlander pant will just be another addition for that system, and you can carry it. And then obviously we're still working. I mean, stuff's already done, so now we're sample testing and everything. But now it's easier. Everybody knows we have clothing now. So if you see elite garment or something like that, it's not as big a deal. Customer service not going to get hounded as much.
I'm going to stare at your photos.
Next year.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be going to the gram now to be looking. But and the best part is just the testing it's fun, and he does make micro changes as we keep going. Cuff length and everything. But obviously, I feel like for me, it's funny because I'm kind of a stereotypical, but just a little bit like the medium sizes between a 30, 32. But then we have Brady here who, what are you, 32, 36?
32,
almost?
36,
yep.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's obviously
Not
hard.
yet.
Hard to find.
What do you have in size ranges?
Yep, so I medium in all the tops, everything.
So
and
you're
then,
medium.
Yep, medium, and then a 30, 32 in pants.
And then what do you offer as far as like your run?
Yeah, tops are small to 2X, and then the pants are a whole slew. It's like 30, 30, 32, 30, 32, 32, and it's
So do you have 3 inseams then? Do you have a 30, a 32, and a long, like a 34?
Have a 30, we have a 32, we have a 34, and we have a 36.
Yep.
Oh, so you have 4 inseams.
Yep.
And then waist, you've got a
waist,
32.
we have 30 all the way up to, I think, 44.
Okay. For the big dogs.
For the big dogs, just in case.
I think you're still, because we were trying to figure out your sizing. Did we end up going, I think it was 34, 36?
Yeah. They showed up Wednesday, so I didn't get to try them on quite yet, but I'm excited to get them on my body when I get back.
Are the inseams like a true, like a 30 or a 32?
No, so I did a 1-inch vanity on the waist and the inseam. So a 32 literally measures a 33.
Okay.
And I just do that for growth. It's more like industry adjacent, and it's easier to be like, hey, do you wear Levi's? Do you wear Wranglers? You can match it to that because those are the same kind of measurement specs that they follow.
So they'd be quote unquote true to size. So
True to size,
you would tell people if you wear a 32 and a pair of
Carhartt,
501 or a Carhartt, you should buy that in a Kifaru.
Yep. And that's something I found, like you guys know, like the size, you guys do well to size up, like if other brands that you're wearing, what you wear, if you have to size up or not, which helps with, there's a lot of brands that I would have to do with 32 or whatever. With ours, it's nice. Just, I know my true to size jean size and then just go with that. So it just makes it easier to talk to the customer true to size, just like with boots or anything too. But yeah, it's nice and they fit great. I mean, know.
Are you guys doing third-party sales, or are you just direct only?
Direct right now, but
direct
we
via online.
Yeah, just the website. I don't know if we're gonna have them in like smaller dealers like our
I think
archery
you guys
shops
will
and
have
stuff.
them.
I don't know. I haven't heard. That's why I asked.
Hunter
would
said
know
he got
probably
it.
more than me.
Yeah, you guys will sell them. I'm pretty confident in that. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You guys, and I think Shields, I'm not positive with that, but I know you guys will have them.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then Kenneth will. I brought a cuff strap over a couple months ago, and he was just immediately like, "Nope, it's not gonna work." I was like, "I knew it."
What's a cuff strap?
Yep. So
like a cinch strap
Gotcha.
on for a
Okay,
jacket that we're working on, and
That's what I thought, but I figured to ask.
I was like, I wasn't like 100% on it anyway, so I was just like, let's just throw it on here in the hallway.
Oh, there's quick stuff that you can
it's-
find, and just being like, that's not going to fly, especially if you're out in the field. And, like either water's going to get contaminated with it or dirt.
Doesn't have it tight enough, lockdown, or it's like, well, it's not working in the office. It's definitely not going to work.
Yeah, as it gets out.
Outside.
And that's fun. Like just the testing port, like I said, we're in Wyoming, we can get to the mountains pretty quick. And mild winter right now,
Make a little change and then go out and test it really quick, see if it worked or not.
Yeah, you can test some early stuff right now.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Do you guys have thumb holes?
On the long sleeve, and then on the Rome we have a hidden one on
hidden one.
on
Okay,
the inside
sweet.
of the cuff. So that's just to not like overstack thumb hole, like the same kind of thumb hole construction.
Yeah.
And this one's kind of welted, so it lies a little more flat. I don't really like the open loop ones, just because, I mean, I've gotten like circular sunburns if I don't have my thumb hole. So.
Yeah, these are great for just like when you're layering up, right?
Yeah,
so you want to
for
make
sure
sure that you keep your sleeves in when you put on your jacket.
Yeah.
and you're like trying to work it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Or
makes
just keeping
sense.
sun off your hands if you're glassing for
Sure.
a long time.
Or you're
I
fishing.
like those.
Yeah, I even like putting with gloves on too. You just want that little extra protection right there, so shove a glove over top of it. And have
tip.
thumb in the thumb hole.
Well, cool. What are you guys doing this fall? You got plans already?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to hype up Wyoming too much, but yeah, just mainly focusing on the general tags that we get there that you guys have to wait 10 years to draw. It's
rub it in.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. But yeah, so mainly it's nice having it in a great state that we can do that, and focusing a lot on Wyoming. Got some, Idaho deer stuff. I always do that, and maybe other stuff, but we'll see. It's always ebb and flowing, and we're in the early part of the season. We're still waiting on draws.
Yeah.
I kind of figured out, like, I get that tag anxiety if I get too much built up.
That's the thing.
It is, and you kind of figure that out as you go, and we'll see. I'm kind of just downsizing that, and like I said, recently engaged and stuff, and she loves to hunt, so it almost just adds another to it. And
you should have called.
Yeah, yeah. She.
There's some things that are sacred, kid.
Yeah. No, it's fun hunting with other people too. I've gotten to that point where people that enjoy it and really cherish it, you get more excited, and
Sure.
I get shaky.
No,
like
I get
with
it.
my fiance shooting some bucks last year.
Yeah.
That were great bucks, and I was pumped up.
That was
more
cool.
than myself. So focusing a lot on that. We have the spring coming up with spring bear. I love spring bears, and that's gonna should be a good spring.
You do any baiting up there, or you just spot and stock?
Just spot and stock. Yep. And
Gotcha.
I think your brother, he loves.
He loves baiting.
Loves the
we
baiting.
were just talking about it this morning.
Yep.
I like it too. It's fun.
It
I
is.
mean, for me, part of it is it's fun to kill a bear, regardless whether
Yeah.
it's spot and stock or bait. That's
Yeah.
awesome. But the actual baiting part of baiting bears, the times that I have done it, I love it.
Yeah.
It's just like the best time of year. It's like cool mornings, cool evenings, sitting in a tree stand. You got your bait in. The whole process of baiting, and the burns, the honey burns, and all that stuff, and getting
Yep.
your bait set up, and then just to be sitting in a tree stand and just like watch a bear come in. It's fun, man.
I think
love
it's
it.
the real selective part too. If
For
you want to
sure.
shoot a big boar. But like with spot and stock, I mean, I love that too.
Yeah, no,
because
I
I feel
get
like
it.
it's for sure it's a definite mountain hunt.
Yep.
Like
True adventure.
Yep, it's very similar. I feel to mule deer. Like you're finding them, and there's a lot less bears than there are deer. So like you're really trying to pick them apart and find the terrain, and it's fun when it comes together, especially when you're hunting a new spot and you're like, oh, this looks like something that could have bears in it, and you pick a bear apart. And
I had a guy ask me yesterday, came up and said, what do you think the Bears are going to do this year? A warm spring. Because I saw a photo the other day of a cub that was like out and about, wandering around. Guy took some video of it, and he's like, this seems odd. He was in Utah, I think. But he was asking me, he's like, by the time we get to hunting bears, are those – because there's kind of that transition, right? The bear comes out of the den. He's a little lethargic. He's going to start out on like grasses and forbs and kind of hitting that. And then maybe as his stomach develops a little bit more, he's going to hit some carry-on or whatever, daddy can find. And, and they'll try to transition maybe over to some fawns like in June. But he's like, are they going to be like at 12,000 foot, by the time we're hunting them? I was like, maybe.
Yeah.
We could be.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I can see right now where I could bear hunt. Like they could be out
Yeah.
chilling. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's February.
Yeah, so
And
weird.
They might just get out, and like you said, they might go high right away.
What I think's cool though, at least with that, like I guess the mountains, the deer look like everything looks good. The winter's been great. Deer look healthy. But it's gonna be cool for that spring season. That's really intriguing me. Is like I can get back into spots earlier
That you never
that
probably
I never could until mid-May. So it's like that's gonna be interesting to see.
On some different areas maybe this year that you couldn't
yeah.
have in years past.
Yeah, there's a couple bigger bears because I always tag out probably a lot earlier. That then I'll take people out and find bigger. There's one bear I've found like the last 3 years, and need to get on him. But I think we can get on him during the archery during April 15th.
The other thing I was thinking, it's just in theory, they should have wintered really well because they wouldn't have had to burn a lot. I mean, it's been warm, right?
Yeah.
So you would think they would come out of the den pretty fat and happy compared to maybe a harder winter.
Yeah.
And if they're out earlier, they're going to start putting on. We might have some big bears.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's gonna be a lot of fat on these.
Yeah,
spring
fat.
bears.
Yeah, they might be
Yep.
some big fat spring bears.
Yeah, yeah. Just like hunting in Oregon, I don't think those bears would hibernate a week maybe.
Really?
The biggest bears we would kill and most fat content were sometimes in the spring.
Huh.
There you go.
And April 5th, like
Yeah.
early.
Interesting.
Yeah, but no, I'm excited to get back in the mountains, test more stuff. Borderline almost there right now. It feels like waking up, before we headed here, there's birds singing and stuff.
Look how sunny it is outside.
I know, right now it
It's
seems like.
When does that open up there?
So April 15th for archery.
And it runs to June, second week in June? I
June
wanna say?
15th.
Yeah.
Yep. So April 15th archery, you get 15 days until May 1st opener, and then goes to June 15, barring the female mortality rate,
Mm-hmm.
which I think a lot of it's going to get met pretty early this year because people can get out earlier. You know, we'll see. I mean, like there's different areas in Wyoming that are good and not good. Just depends probably on the grizzly density and stuff. That's something I've seen. I've never seen more grizzlies. Like it's insane. If
Really?
you go out to a spot and see, 5+ grizzlies in a day, more grizzlies than you do black bears, it's kind of insane.
So you're just saying that right now to scare everyone from coming to Wyoming. I see
Yeah,
your strategy.
if you come to Wyoming, you're probably 99.9% chance of getting mauled. Just so, just so you know.
Good to throw that out there.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, they've been unchecked for how many years now?
a lot, and there's been
We need that season.
there was years, 3 years ago now, I saw more grizzlies than I saw black bears in the spring.
Yeah, my brother's abandoned baits. He's had to.
Yeah.
They're legally bound, right? You have a
Yep.
grizzly show up.
Mhm.
You have to abandon your bait and haul everything out. And
Yep.
he's had bait sites he's had to close
Yep.
just because he's had grizzlies.
And
roll in.
his area too. I mean, that shows you how far down they are, And,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they'll get spotted around our area quite a bit, and obviously as you get north towards the park and everything, you're going to see plenty of them. But sometimes those are where the biggest bears are.
Mm-hmm.
So biggest black bears.
Yeah.
Because they got to compete. But it's going to be an interesting spring. I mean, I think just a lot of bears, a lot of mortality rates with females are going to be getting met quicker. So
How's your deer herds doing?
terrible. I would say no one ever want to
no
apply.
aw-
No
no
one
awful.
should. Yeah, no
Yeah.
one. I think everybody should just dump their points.
I think they've got to be
Not-
rebounding a little bit.
Yeah, I don't want to say that just because.
In theory, we always talk that there's essentially going to be a missing age class, right? As you extrapolate out from that 2022-23 winter kill, and we're
Yep.
creeping up on it, right?
Yeah.
We're getting to the point by 2027-ish, those bucks that should have been 4 years old,
it's going to be a missing age.
it's going to be a
class.
missing age class.
Yeah, but I will say I think it was blown way out of proportion on the mortality.
Really?
What happened? Yeah. What I'm seeing personally,
You don't think it was not really?
not even close. No. What I saw that year, the 23 year, which I think I talked to you about, was there's a lot of people scouting and not seeing anything, myself included. I found a couple bucks. I think the antler growth that year was really bad just because they had a tough winter.
Yep.
So a lot of those bucks that, you're just not seeing that, and then not a lot got killed that winter.
Yeah.
But it was mid-August, and I didn't see a single deer in one spot where I saw plenty the year prior. But then it came to the weekend prior to the season, and I think a lot of people gave up, went up there in 15, plenty of bucks in this basin. I think it took longer for them to get to the high country. They're in that dark timber. There's a lot of feed because there's obviously a good moisture year.
A lot of moisture in the soil.
Yep, they almost went up and then just went back.
Gotcha.
I think people got skewed because they weren't seeing the numbers when they were in the thicker stuff, and just up in the high country they weren't there.
Yeah.
And I think that's there definitely is pockets that got hit hard, if that makes sense. But there's pockets that did well, or still lived,
Right.
obviously. But I think it got blown out of proportions. If anybody's I don't want to just say too much, but I love mule deer. But if anybody looks close enough, just look at what last year.
Yeah.
I feel like it was one of
It
the
was a
greatest
good year.
years in a decade.
It was a good year.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not in sheer volume, but
No.
but certainly it felt like, and I think that's the thing with deer, right? Like you might have a winter kill, and it's maybe debatable on how many we actually lost, but it is inevitably going to open up more space, right? And
Just
more feed.
Yes.
And it's like they're going to gravitate to the best feed.
Yeah.
And potentially be in better body condition, better antler growth, and so maybe you're seeing some bigger bucks due to the fact that you've got better feed for a smaller number of deer.
Yes.
They got really healthy does on the landscape too. So coming up, 3-4 years from now too could be really, really good because these does are going to be really fat, really healthy, pushing out healthy fawns. Those fawns will probably be big bucks coming up too.
And that's what I'm kind of really excited about.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that. Just since that, thankfully, that since that bad winter, we've had 3 good years now.
Yeah. You guys have almost had a perfect. I don't know what the word is, but perfect storm for great deer growth.
Yep. We got 100% down.
100% of precip.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Snowpack and
the
mild.
valley floor is nice. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think it's looking to be another good year, if that makes sense.
How's the antelope doing?
I feel like the antelope's doing great.
Doing good.
Yeah. And
They rebound quick.
They rebound so quick, and that's something this year. With it not being so great in the low, moisture-wise, they could be isolated to those water sources a lot more in August.
Gotcha. Love that.
Yeah.
I got a whole pile of books I want to read. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Be real selective.
Yeah. I get a little too antsy.
Turn my phone off. Read books.
You can do that. I got a spot in
Drink
stock.
Diet Pepsi. Watch Antelope.
Yeah. I burn gas.
That's my jam.
I like
No
that.
other. In
Yeah, you can go. You can come with me.
Yeah, you guys can go
Let's go,
sit.
let's go.
I'm
You
gonna,
will come with me.
yeah, I'm gonna be bombing
I'm gonna
around.
crush an antelope this year.
Oh,
I'm
they're so
killing
cool,
antelope,
man.
yes.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
so
Oh, they're
I'm gonna
cool.
hunt antelope.
They're honestly, they're a lot of fun. I will say, if I could not hunt them in a year, I wouldn't be too upset.
Really?
I want to hunt.
I've gotten to the
Yeah.
point where I about have to have an
Really?
antelope tag every year. I just love those things.
Yeah.
Trails
They
are
eat
good.
well.
They do
Yeah.
eat well.
And
They
they're,
do taste really
to
well.
me, like as far as just the aesthetics of an animal on a western landscape, sorry Brady, they're one of the most just stunning animals. Like you get that first light on an antelope on a horizon and it catches, the orange and the tan. He's got those black horns and long black eyelashes. I'm like, they just look cool.
Yeah.
I like the aesthetic of an antelope. And they eat good, man.
This guy.
Yeah.
They're just forking horns.
That's
eat
really
good.
all they are. I don't know the difference between size-wise unless they're, 75 plus, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you kill a big one. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot the first good-looking one I see. And then I'm going to go back and scout mule deer right after.
Yeah.
I will say it is nice in that mid-August to get out and put some stocks in before.
For sure.
Like, it does hone in some.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is harder to stock than an antelope.
Oh, yeah, they're switched on.
They are switched. And then you stock a deer right off, and you're like, God, they're kind of
Seems
a little bit easier, and which it
Maybe
just,
that's the key.
Yeah, that's what I find. I
Yeah.
get away with a lot more with mule deer than I do an antelope, if that makes sense. Like this last year, the buck I killed in the high country, I stalked him with him facing me.
Mm-hmm.
That freaking antelope. Yeah. It was honestly, it was a low percentage stock, and that came down to the hunt or whatever. Just you make when it's a pressure area, you're gonna make some more ballsy stocks. But but yeah, you just get away with a lot more by. Just with antelope, you got to make those micro movements.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than being 400 yards starting your stock and then they take off.
Thing with antelope, an antelope too. It's like you can put the best stock in the world and you can get within range, and then that's when it gets hard is to actually get to full draw. Like I had a buck in New Mexico. I hunted. I called him Waldo because I was like, I'm going to find Waldo today, and he had 14 does, and I'd hunt all morning long till I found Waldo, and then try to put him in a position to stalk. And I think I was within 60 yards of that buck 5 times and could never get to full draw.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried everything. I tried drawing from my back, laying flat on my back and coming to full draw and sitting up. I tried to, pick my moment, but yeah, I mean, it's micro.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're hard to hunt with spot stock.
They are extremely hard. And that's the thing, coming to full draw. Last year, I had walked up and I peeked over and the buck bedded face, like kind of looking right at me. He didn't move. He's at 71. I'm like, huh. Like watching him for a sec. And I thought he was going to run. And then I waited for him to stand. Stan shot him. And he was blind in that eye.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Perfect.
It was the greatest thing. It was second stock of the season. I was like, this is
Hey,
nice.
You did shoot him?
Yeah, I smoked him.
Wow.
Yeah. No, he.
You knew it was him because he was walking around in circles all day.
Yeah. Well, I walked up and I was actually stalking another buck, and I came over and he was bedded, but just the way, obviously, he couldn't see me, and I was like, huh. Like I sat there, and I was like waiting for him to stand, like and bust out, and then I just sat back down and looked back up, and he's still. I'm like, okay. So I just waited, and he stood up. It was
Old buck?
it was a decent buck. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I've never scored an antelope ever. I just,
It's fun to shoot.
they're fun to shoot. They
Fun
are.
to eat.
Yep, really good to eat. But yeah,
Yeah, they're my
it's-
favorite eat. They're good,
yeah,
man. They're tasty.
Yeah. No, I will say,
You
I
get
think
the hide off, keep the hair off, get them cool. Man,
Yeah.
they eat good.
I think some of the best tasting those can maybe a hot take, but high country mule deer is some of the best tasting meat.
You
I think.
too.
I'm on.
Yeah.
that. Yep.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yep.
They do eat good, but if you had an elk,
Okay, I will say
They're-
elk are never a miss.
yeah,
for
they're never
sure.
a miss.
No.
This
I've
bull I
had,
just killed in Arizona, some of the finest eaten. Man, it's good. Late season bull too. Man, he's been good.
yeah.
Fry up
Yeah.
a big burger with him, some avocado and bacon. Man, it smashes. It's good, Brady.
I feel like with elk,
Making
there's
breakfast, you can make dinner too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Drill does it all.
Yeah.
That dad life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
with
you
elk-
got 3 boys. It's like you do a lot of
yeah.
cooking at home, man. They
You're
do a
eating
lot of
quite a
eating.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's good. I mean, between like Roosevelt and Rockies, I haven't found a difference in taste wise with elk, but with black tails, white tails, and mule deer, there's slight
sure.
differences between them all, which is interesting. I don't know.
Which one's the best? Whitetail,
Uh,
blacktail, or muley?
I think blacktails are really good. But
Have you shot a coos?
No.
They
so,
eat real good.
Yeah, that's something I haven't. Yeah, but whitetail tastes good. But I'd say high country bucks. I'll take that. that.
Let's get you on a
backdrop
coos
stick.
deer hunt.
That'd be fun. I would love to do that.
Yeah, they're neat.
Yeah. No, it's something on the list. Just it
For
always
sure.
comes around when we get busy.
A lot of opportunity in Arizona.
Yeah, that'd be a fun hunt.
Well, right on. You got any other questions, B Mills?
Nope, I'm golden. We covered everything I wanted to
Okay.
bring up. So
Thanks. We appreciate you, man.
Well, thank you guys.
It's always fun. It's fun to gauge like people's personalities and how they fit into the. We had a guy yesterday that was a dog trainer, and we spoke to him for 2 hours. And it's just fun to talk to people that are like, this is their thing, and it's like they got a lot going on, but like when it comes to their job, it's like they live in a hallway and they're real passionate about it. It's just it gives you confidence in whatever it is that they do. Like if you're a guy that's materials, you love it. It's very clear that you do.
yeah, it comes across like
It
you
comes
are
across,
an expert.
as an
Not
expert.
an expert, but
And then you can put your faith in a product that it's somebody that this is their passion. It's what they do,
Yeah.
which is always cool.
Aris crushes it, and it's exciting because it's never ending too. So
For sure.
we got more.
Do you want to
stuff.
tell us what you're working on? Anything new? You want to leak anything? Like, hey,
Lots
we're
of new
kind of going that
stuff.
way.
No.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Go check out the
I had
current
to
line.
ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go start
to
piecing it
ask.
together.
Start with 26.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep,
your
check
eyes
it out,
open,
buy it,
yeah.
and like I said, it's gonna be at GOHUNT too. So
Yeah. Go hunt for.
Yep.
Yep.
We appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you guys.